All right, guys. Today we're going to have some review. And yesterday I was going to post a stretching exercise, but it was Easter and we celebrated Easter, so I hope you did something fun yesterday. Enjoyed your Easter. I have a family, so we definitely did something to try to get through these hard times, right? So I'll add some stretching at the end of this. But today's focus is going to be on review of our foundations, of our basic movements, why we move that way, thought about it, and building that slow, smooth, fast. I know those are counterintuitive, but if you are slow and smooth, when you try to make it smoother, you get faster. When you try to make something very smooth, eventually that smoothness becomes one solid fluid movement into a very fast movement. You can get that full extension follow through, and it is fast because I've smoothed out the edges. I have reduced my additional tells, right? Versus trying to go fast. When you try to just go fast, right? Very fast, you're bam! That's fast. It's got a lot of speed on it. But my body comes up, my arm moves back, my everything flexes, and then I go. Though my final attack is fast, the movement between here and here for my hand is fast. The rest of my movement is so telegraphed, I have lost all benefits of my speed, right? So we want to incorporate this slow, smooth to fast mentality with what we do. Got it? Okay. So that's just something to think about. Worry about getting it right today. Worry about moving slow to smooth. Don't think about trying to get there fast. And when we say slow to smooth, one more time, in case it wasn't clear in my lunging demonstration there, when I'm saying slow to smooth, I want you to think about not adding additional movement to this, right? Sometimes when we're trying to think of that slow is smooth, right? And I'm going to do a retreat, and I'll have a slow one, right? And I'm like, now that was slow, but watch my body's mechanics. I shift my weight, I step back, I have additional movement. I shift my weight, I step back, I have additional movement. There's so much of this added rocking, right? I'm slow, but I am not smooth. So we're going to focus on getting that. Now I can do a quick step back, right? I'm in my good on guard and I go, bam, quick step back. I can do that same motion at a slower speed, getting my good step, step, smooth without adding movement. Step, 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 step. That was a little faster because I've been doing this a while, right? But if I want to slow it down, I can get my good step, 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 right? As opposed to going full speed, full speed, full speed. You don't have to go super fast for this, but make sure you're getting smooth. Focus on getting that smoothness in all of your movements. And that's why you want to make sure that you're reducing your telegraph, that you're not adding erroneous, unnecessary movements to what we do, right? The style I was taught and the style I perpetuate is an ergonomic one. No wasted movement and no additional telegraphs, centered around a strong, balanced center that allows you to move in any direction as needed, right? Good emphasis, good sword theory, good sword theory. Okay, let's walk through our guard. I haven't done this yet, so for those of you that haven't practiced this before, holding the sword, right? If you have, and I'll come in so you can see it good. If you have a ricasso and a place to slide your fingers in, I'm a 2-finger guy. Some people are 1 finger, whatever's comfortable for you. I prefer 2 fingers inside. My thumb goes around so I can place it on the back of my blade here comfortably. The pinch is with the forward fingers. My back fingers are relaxed so that I can tighten them as necessary. This allows me to get these tight movements with the tip, which is critical the further we go on into rapier combat, right? All right. Oh, my thumb goes down the back because wherever my edge is, because it's a sword, it's not a lightsaber, right? I have to hit you with the sharp part. I can't hit you with any willy-nilly part. If I slap you with the flat, it ain't going to do anything. And we always lead with the edge, right? So if my thumb is on the back of my ricasso, I can not look, and I can take my thumb and angle it, and angle it, and angle it, and angle it, and my edge will always lead because I know where my thumb is without having to see it, right? I can use my thumb as the guide. Okay. What do we do whenever we parry? We step back. So I'm going to center myself close. You can have a high guard. And again, emphasis on the guard. Tip, pommel, elbow, straight line. You can have a low guard, right? This doesn't change, but I drop it to knee level, You might be a little lower, you might be a little higher, but you want to be at knee level ideally, right? Too high, and you go into that mid guard I talked about last week. Don't want that. Too low, and you're already kind of hitting the floor. So you want to make, and you're guarding things that don't need to be guarded. You don't need to guard the floor, right? Knee level's ideal. And again, I'm working in a cramped space. I can't have my arm as extended as I would like. I have to put it about here or I hit the couch. Okay? So think about what you're working with, adjust as necessary. Heels together. Strong side forward. Strong leg goes about shoulder width. Knees are comfortably bent. Now, for those of you that can, go a little lower than comfortably bent. Not, don't get weird out there, right? But get the exercise. Feel that in it. Sword out. Off arm ready, right? Don't let it come back here. Don't forget about it behind you. Off arm ready. Let's walk through our parries because I think if you haven't got the footwork by now, you should have said something. We'll go over that again, but let's work through our parries. Parry 1. Now again, I'll start at a high guard just so you can see the transitions from there, and I'm going to do them in low guard as we go on. My tip drops down, my hand stays high, I rotate my edge cross body, bring it across my center line, creating a wall of steel on my weak side. My off arm gets out of the way. Got it? So one more time. Parry 1, step back, right? On guard. Parry 2, I'm going to crescent underneath my opponent's neckline. Now, anytime we do a crescent, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You crescent in towards your body, right? Here's my inside, there's my outside. Don't crescent outside, that's useless. Crescent inside, boom, got it? So I make a crescent underneath my opponent's neckline, rotate the edge of my sword high, bring it up above my head. You're still going to hit here above your head. Tip remains aligned on my opponent. This is an unnatural position using natural muscles, okay? So if this is strenuous, that's normal, okay? On guard. Oh, my offhand, out of the way. So one more time from a high guard. Parry 2, crescent, up. Pommel, one hip, tip, opposite hip. So I've guarded my entire body line. Make sense? On guard. Parry 3, same crescent, right? But this crescent ends by me drawing the strong edge outside of my body, creating a wall of steel on my strong side. On guard, crescent, wall of steel, off arm is near my sword in case they're coming around, and ready. On guard, all together, crescent, wall of steel on my strong side. Parry 3. On guard. Parry 4, crossbody parry. My palm comes up, my edge is aligned, okay? It doesn't go high, it doesn't go low. Think about leading with the edge, right? My edge is aligned to intercept that crossbody line. Parry 4 ends at my hip, hand low, tip high. Most people do something like this, you will lose leverage like this. You will get tabled, right? See people flip a table. If you hit it hard enough, it'll flip the table the other way. That's what happens to you. You get flipped. So keep that angle. Got it? For most of these parries, if you see my tip pointing at you, that's intentional. This is not incidental. Tip is a threat for all the parries where the tip points at our opponent, right? If the tip is low, it's still on line. If the tip is high, it's on line. The tip is wide, it's on line. The only time we break this rule is ones like parry 1, parry 3, parry 5, parry 9. These break the rule, okay? But the rest of them, the tip more or less stays on my opponent. Okay, one more time. On guard, palm up, Edge shoots across, ending at my hip. Tip remains a threat. Now, you see this angle? You don't have to be here. That's okay. It doesn't have to face your opponent's eyeball directly, but it is facing my opponent so I don't lose that threat. But I'm not compromising my leverage to get this parry. Make sense? Offhand, underneath. So if they disengage, I'm already where they will go. Together, on guard, parry 4. Got it? On guard, parry 5, crescenting underneath my opponent's neckline. My strong edge rotates up. Over my head, my off arm gets ready. Now, my parry's in front of me. When you're looking right at me, you might not be able to tell. All parries are in front of me, right? 1, that's in front. 2, 3, it's not back here, it's in front. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're all in front of me. I was just walking through to show you that none of them get close to my body, right? Sometimes we mess this up. We 4, we 6, we 5. I have to check on Ripley, hold on. Ripley, you okay? Mama? I was in the shower. You want to go see her? Okay, go to Mama's bathroom. Go to bath time. That's where Mama is. Okay, go over here. All right, she's good now. All right. So just that, remember that, especially when you're doing like parry 5. Parry 5 is one you'll see people make the mistake of bringing it back here. No, in front of you, right? And if you can, rotate your shoulder in, you'll actually get more, your body alignment makes it a stronger parry. It's not a requirement for rapier, but if you start fighting with blades that hit harder, like a longsword, you'll notice the difference pretty fast. Okay? On guard. Oh, let's get enough room to step back. Crescenting underneath my opponent's attack, I raise my true edge above my head, arm forward, off arm ready. On guard, parry 6. Now, if they're shooting just here, you don't have to do anything besides make sure your edge aligns out, my off arm comes in. If they're shooting more center, you can always circle this parry using that same crescent method. Boom, and coming there. Make sense? I like to add the crescent because it's easy to find this position. It's good to build the habit of being able to circle under. Got it? Okay, so on guard, parry 6, off arm, straight alignment. Don't do this, that's the instinct. Or we try to force it out hard. No, 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 no. I still have that good alignment. I'm just bringing the edge out. Edge out, palm, ready. Or offhand ready. On guard, parry 7. We're going to crescent that half moon shape along our opponent's body line, right? From about their shoulder to about their hip are the 2 points of my crescent, not points, but half arcs, right? So about there and there. So I want to make sure I close that line and then I end at my knee level, right? So crescenting in, stopping from, see, good 6, good 7, it's the same parry. Off arm goes on top, so if they disengage, I've already closed that line. On guard, 7, boom. Common mistake, 7. You have this weird exaggerated, like wicked wide. You don't need that. You're not guarding him. You don't need to end out here. Another common mistake, we go 7, and then at the end here, you rotate up, because that's comfortable on the wrist. Build the muscle. It has to have that good. Go to 6, get that good 6, and then point it down, it'll strain. You're gonna build a muscle here. It's a good muscle. It's the kind that builds character, it builds swordsmanship, right? Don't let it twist. Don't push it back up. You don't want to do any of that. You'll actually guide your opponent's blade back up towards your face. On guard. One more time. 7, crescent down. Got it? On guard. Parry 8, opposite of 7. My true edge comes down, guarding my opposite side low. 4, 8, 6, 7. There's a pattern. Got it? On guard. 8. Boom. One more time. 8. Boom. There we go. Yeah. So the disengage, boom, is going to come through my hand line. On guard. I'm going to bring my tip out so I can bring my blade through my center line, aligning my edge. Got it? Guard, tip comes wide, edge comes across. You'll notice 5, 9, right? They're very similar. This is intentional. On guard, 9, and again, off arm gets out of the way and ready. I haven't found a good spot I like to keep it, right? It doesn't make sense just getting in the way. But it's ready, so if I do, I can transition through. If I catch that parry, I can remove their blade or whatever I need to do. Again, 9, with that step back. Got it? Now with a comfortable step back, you know what, let's just review our step back before we go. Now this is not a retreat. Retreat is a full distance movement. I'm going my entire foot about when I retreat. Boom, boom. My toe is just past where my heel was average, right? When I do that full retreat. We are doing a half step back. Parry 10, parry 10. On guard, when I step back, when I do a parry, I do about where my midfoot was, is where my toes end up. So it's not a full retreat. You don't need a full, I mean, if you need a full retreat, take one. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying the practice we need for this is being where you were not, or not being where you were. Think about it. Okay. When they come in, I want to be not where I was. So I gain half a second to get a parry. And it gives me more time to get the parry there. It gives me more time to react. It changes where I was. There are many benefits to doing this, which is why we're practicing it. Okay? So we have parries 1 through 10. Which one is our best parry, right? That's a weird thing. Aren't parries contextual? But there is a best parry. And that parry is parry 10. Why? Because you can add it to all the other parries. Do any parry and add parry 10. Parry 1, boom, parry 10 came with it. I added it, right? Parry 5, boom, add the parry 10. Parry 7, boom, add the parry 10. The fact that I can stack it is what makes it the best parry. Okay. So again, slow and smooth. Slow and smooth. And look, hold on. Put my sword on my shoulder. I don't need it for this part. Let's get a good retreat, right? I get that. Oh, I'm too close. I want to be a little wider. There we go. Now, good retreat, step, step. Good advance, step, step. Half step back, like I'm going to with a parry. I'm going to get that solid step, step, little, right? And again, step, step. And again, boom, boom. I'm going to do the same thing in reverse. I'm going to take a half step forward. Boom, boom. Just a little one, just a little one. Boom, 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 boom. Retreat again with that half step. Boom, boom, boom. Forward. Boom, 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 boom. Feel that, right? Now, I'm going to do a standard retreat. Boom, boom, boom. Standard advance. Standard advance. Now I'm going to ghost step my retreat, retreating back farther than my average retreat. Getting that solid rotate step. Rotate step. I got one more. Rotate step. Go step in the advance. Rotate. Now watch my back foot if you can see it. I'm going to come up to gain that extra distance without messing up my telegraphing, right? I'm not going to go up or down. So when I get that step, 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 step. All right, we've reviewed our core mechanic there. Now, one more time, all our parries with our with parry 10 on top. On guard. I'm going to do a low guard this time. Did high guard last time. On guard. Parry 1 with my step back. On guard. 2, my step back. On guard. 3, make sure you cross that center line. On guard. 4, want that low hand, high tip, right? Boom. On guard. I'm going to cross back. 5, coming through my center line, not going wide, keeping it forward. On guard. A little wider. 6, And for this one, I'm working on the modified one, so I'll show you modified and unmodified. From a low guard, my modified one, boom, crescenting up, getting my hand there. On guard, non-modified, circle 6. On guard. 7, now I'm going to circle into my 7 because I'm already in a low guard. So on guard, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do 10 by itself. Okay. We've walked through all of our parries one more time. We've focused on new things, make sure we got it. You're done with your 5 minutes for sure. I probably went over 5 minutes today. But there's a couple stretches I've been wanting to do. And again, holistic. Today we're gonna focus on the lower half, okay? And I'll do some wrist, arm, shoulder stretches later. But today we're gonna focus on the lower half. So, first, do your best to come into runner's stretch. Now, a runner's stretch is when you get into like your lunge position. I'm gonna come up on my toe, and now I'm gonna go as forward as I can. Now notice, still got that good alignment, right? I'm not coming over my toes. You're gonna come down as far as you can. Now you can put your knee down. This is okay, this isn't cheating. You can come lower, that's still good. Now I feel more of a stretch when I come here. Now if you're like, you're here and that's it, don't worry about it. Stretching is about getting fit. It's about keeping your body healthy. It's not about pushing yourself till you hurt yourself. That's counterproductive. All right, center, forward bend, low as you can go. You want to reach back here, you're a little flexible like me, go for it. Opposite side, whatever one you start doing, go to the opposite side. Calm down. Feel that stretching again. Notice, I'm not losing this angle, right? I'm not going like this to get the stretch. Don't do that. Coming down. And again, got to put your knee down. This is still a good stretch. Still a good stretch. All right. Back to the middle. Now, again, modify as necessary. I'm going to twist into this stretch.
An email is here!
Now, if this is too much for you, watch this. Remember this stretch? You can come here, and then you can just lean forward, reach for that toe. But I am flexible. I'm going to come down. Just a little over to this side. Now I'm going to bend towards that toe, reaching with my opposite arm. Feel that stretch. And don't feel like you got to be here with me. Come here. That's fine. You don't have to be this low. This one works for me. Middle. Bend again. Opposite side. Keep that foot planted. The instinct is to like come up on your toes. Keep it planted. Come over. And again, is this a good stretch? This is a perfectly fine stretch. Even if you're like here, still a good stretch, okay? But again, I got that flexibility. I can reach for it. I can get a good stretch out of this. Back to center. Now, I'm going to turn the side so you can see. We're going to get our calves real quick. But you can just crawl forward from where you're at. And I'm going to turn this side. So we're forward now. Now get in a good resting position. Bad resting position. Bad resting position. You want to try to tighten your core and tighten your glutes and make sure everything is flat. It's a good exercise and a good strengthening position for everything you do. Now raising our sit bone to the sky, we're going to come to that classic downward dog. Yoga's good for you. Get those feet as low as you can. Now I'm going to go a little wider, about double shoulder width or shoulder width. And now I'm going to put all my weight on my right calf. Try to get your ears next to your biceps. It stretches your shoulders out too. Switch feet. Switch feet. One more time, either foot. Switch. Switch. Now, coming back to that resting position. Got it? We're going to do a couple more stretches. So like I said, I want to get nice and stretched today. I've been working out good and I can feel it. So we're going to lie down. Ah, that's nice. So I want to get my lower back and a little bit more on my legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right leg and put it over my left knee. And I'm going to reach between my leg and my outside and grab the back of my knee. Just relax and pull that in. So for some of you, this is enough. If it's too much, go behind your leg. Right? You don't have to go that far. If it's not enough, if you can get a little more, straighten that leg. Add that toe. Pull everything down. Now I feel it down the back and in my hip. And stretches, again, the trick is you just got to hold them a minute. So we're going to hold it a minute. And 3 breaths is often enough. And don't fall out of these. Come out slow. Come out slow. Okay? Switch feet. Reaching between again. Grab and pull. And again, maybe you got to go lighter. Maybe you got to do more. Right? Find the spot that's good for you. Let's do 3 big breaths. All right, come out slow. Okay, one more I want to do. I know it's a long video, I'm sorry, but I want to get all these in. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to face you now, so you can get a better look at this. So we're going to put both our legs straight and your arms out wide, and pull your right knee into your chest. Get it up as high as you can. Don't let it sit here. Pull it in as high as you can. It's a good stretch. Now I got my right knee, right? So I'm going to take my left arm and put it on the outside of my right knee. And I'm going to gently push it over to my left side. I'm going to put my right arm out so I lie flat. Now, the tendency is you come up off your shoulder. Don't do that. Get it flat. If that means your leg comes up a little higher, then your leg comes up a little higher, right? But the more you stretch it, the more you push that knee down, the more you keep that shoulder blade on the floor, the better. Now, when you take a deep breath, the shoulder comes up, but then you let it go, and the shoulder goes down. Get another stretch. 2 more. 1 more. Oh, yeah. All right, straighten both your legs out. My left knee comes into my chest. Grab it, pull it in, real good. Feel that first stretch. Right hand on the outside of my left knee. Push it across as my left arm comes out wide. Ooh, that's hard for me. It's tight there. My shoulder wants to come up. I can't go as low. That's okay. Okay, now let's get our deep breath. Then drop your shoulder, drop your weight. Let everything relax. 2 more. One more. Okay, I lied. There's 1 more stretch. Sorry. Knees together. Now, I'm going to put my right knee. I'm going to straighten my left leg out. I'm going to put my right knee on the outside, my right foot on the outside of my left knee. Got it? I'm going to take my right hand, put it next to my right hip, down here behind my back, like small of my back area. Back here. Then I'm going to take my left arm, put it over my head, straighten my back, and put it behind my right knee. Now, deep breath in, deep breath out. Oh, get that twist. Look behind you, that helps. Okay. Opposite side. So my right leg comes out, my left foot goes by my right knee, my left hand goes near the center of my back, on the floor by my butt. My right arm goes into the sky, straighten everything, down by my knee. Deep breath in. Now look behind you and get that soft twist. Oh dear. Oh, I got the pop there. And hold it. It's good for you. Okay. I feel feel stretched. Okay, once again, guys, if you have questions or comments or anything you want to go over or review, please put that in the comments section so I know, and I'll address it in tomorrow's video. Take it easy. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.